Greetings, YouTube. Years ago, I saw a prestige class. I think it may have been for third edition, but it could have been 3.5. And in it, you would gradually change yourself into an emerald-like construct, made from literally living crystals. This was before Steven Universe, I think. And the capstone power, which I think was 10, level 10, was you made the complete switch. Now you're considered a construct, and if you were reduced to 0 hit points, you die. And I read that passage a couple of times, and I'm like, who in their right mind would give up the chance to be mortal and not die at 0 hit points to have the chance to be a construct and die at 0 hit points? I thought it was BS the first time I read it, and I think it's BS now. I just was looking at a book of species that dealt with all construct themed uh, uh, species, or at least less organic things like partial constructs or like uh, gin based uh, humanoids, so that they're not truly mortal but not quite not mortal. You know what I mean? And a number of them were flat out just constructs. And if they were reduced to 0 hit points, they die. And I think that's horrible. That is saying, okay, if everyone in the group is organic, you get to have negative X hit points before you die. But you right there, because of your decision to play something that's cool, you die at 0. That seems cruel, and the a whole concept of like unfun right there. And I tend to do negative con just because it makes sense to me that an average person who has a 10 con gets to negative 10 hit points. Someone who is incredibly weak con, who only has a 6 con, would only go to negative 6 con before they die and hit points because they just don't have the constitution for it. Their body is weaker than a person who's average. And someone who's got a 16 con should go to negative 16. They could just tough it out longer than can a person who has an average, you know, constitution. That makes perfect sense to me. So I see no reason to not do the same thing. Now, because all of these constructs were like, they weren't fully fledged, all of them had con scores. So I think that would again, be completely applicable. At 0, the person is completely incapacitated. They could still communicate, but use no abilities. So they could say, guys, my systems are going to short out, dude. Someone help me, please help me. And then once they get into the negatives, they are in the whole shutdown stage. And just the way you could get an engine that's beginning to sputter, you can pull it back to life if you know what to do. In the same sense here, you'd be able to throw a mending spell on them in case they can't be healed by healing magic, because some often constructs, I can't remember if these were true, will only get half the amount of the healing, or some of them can't get healed by magical forms of uh, at all. It's like the cure light wound spell simply will not affect them. But things that would improve the hit points to a broken object, like a mend spell, that would. So an amending spell, like I think that is cantrip, isn't it? So yeah, you can slap a cantrip on somebody and stabilize them. So they're at -3, but now they're not going any further. All right, now you need to actually get out the toolbox and start figuring out what's wrong with this thing and fixing it. So I think that's a heck of a lot more fair, and to my mind, is fits the spirit of high fantasy much more than just saying, okay, you're at 0 hit points, you die. That to me isn't the spirit of high fantasy. It isn't this what the organic members of the group are going to have to deal with. They're going to be able to get into negative hit points and still pull through. If somebody can slap them with a heal spell, or pour a healing potion down their throats, which always confused me why that doesn't make you choke, but what the hell, it's magic. Um, but yeah, I think that allowing someone a chance to survive beyond 0 makes perfect sense, whether you're inorganic or organic.